Kind of see the edge in there. You see all the bits of pecan and whatnot. I'm gonna take a little sample of it. And like I said, the marshmallow and everything just kind of, you know, it kind of melts. It all forms a nice cake. So this is by far closely behind the Texas mud pie, my second favorite dessert, or cake in this case. This is called the Heavenly Hash Cake. So to get started, we're going to combine eggs, sugar, and butter. So we got 4 eggs, 2 cups of sugar, and 2 sticks of butter melted. And it's a salted butter I'm using. So let me get that set up here. All right. So basically we're gonna beat the eggs a little bit just to kind of get them started. This is the sugar. Like I said, this is 2 cups. And the 2 sticks of butter that's been melted. And the trick with making this particular cake is to not over mix it. So we're going to combine this real good. You can do this part. Make sure it's really good and combined. Okay, so we got that mixed up really good. Now for the next part, we're going to combine the remaining ingredients. I'm going to add 3.5 tablespoons of, well, first of all, we'll start with the pecans. This is 2 cups of chopped pecans. We're going to add 3.5 tablespoons of cocoa. And just a regular Hershey's cocoa. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. And that was actually all-purpose flour, and I added a little bit of salt and baking soda, baking powder to it to make it self-rising. We'll go ahead and just get this blended up really well. The trick is when you mix these two together, don't over mix it. Don't use a blender, in other words, mix it by hand. So get that incorporated. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and this is the vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Try to get it all out here. Now we're going to go ahead and add the, I'm going to get the vanilla incorporated really good as well. Now we're going to go ahead and start adding the mixture to it. And just go ahead and get it where everything's incorporated. I think probably the best way to do it is just to kind of just keep folding it in and scraping the sides as you go. And it'll eventually get pretty good and incorporated. Just trying to get all the dry off the edges. And just, you know, don't grind your pecans up too fine. You want chopped pecans. So when you pulse it, just pulse it a few times in the food processor. All right, so that's all mixed. All right, to bake it, this is a deep 9x13 pan. Go ahead and put the mixture, I have it lightly greased it as well. Go ahead and put your mixture in. we're gonna bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. But I'm gonna check it with a toothpick just to see, you know, when it's done. Basically, when the toothpick comes out clean, that's when it's done. So let me get this finished. All right, got the oven preheated, and we're gonna do for 35 minutes. And I'll check it as it goes. You don't want to overcook it. And we'll just let that go for 35 minutes. Around 25 minutes, I'll probably start checking it. All right, for the layer that's going to go on top. Of course, we're going to have when the cake comes out the oven, it'll be hot. You put the marshmallows on top of the cake, and then we're going to put a sauce on top of the marshmallows, and that's going to get everything nice and sealed up once it cools off. So to make the sauce, we're going to add this is 16 ounces of powdered sugar, basically, you know. But be careful, because I bought a bag and it was 2 pounds, so make sure you measure out 1 pound of it. We're going to have 3.5 tablespoons of cocoa. So this is 1, 2, 3, and a half. So that's it on that. This is the 4 tablespoons of the melted butter. Basically half a stick. 8 tablespoons of evaporated milk, using the Walmart brand. And that's basically it. I'm gonna start mixing this by hand, and then I'll get the blender and finish it. And you basically just go to town with it. Like I said, you want this to be very smooth, so just keep on blending until everything's incorporated and nice and smooth. Okay, so that was the first 35 minutes of cooking, and it's not quite done yet, but I'll pull it out. Basically, I just take a toothpick, put it in the middle, and as you can tell, it got still a little brown in there, so I'm gonna go like another 10 minutes. I'll check it around the 5-minute mark and I'll see, but I'm just trying to get it to where it's perfectly done. I don't want to overcook it, and you sure don't want it undercooked. So at this stage, just keep watching it. Okay, we got about 2 minutes left, and it should be done. I'll just stick it in a different spot. Like I said, it comes out clean now, so we're gonna call that good. And now we'll do the finished step here. So while it's still nice and hot, take a big bag of marshmallows. This is a 10-ounce bag. You want the small ones, not the big ones. Although my mom was telling me that she knows somebody used to use the big ones and they used to cut them in 4. But to me, that's a lot of work. So just dump the marshmallows on top. Spread them out where you got one nice single layer. And then we'll take the mix and we'll put that on top. So let me get that done. And if you're seeing where the edges won't incorporate, you can drag them back to the middle and just kind of reincorporate them, because everything's starting to melt on top of the cake right now. So you definitely want to do this as soon as it comes out the oven. And you basically don't want no white showing, so just keep working it till you get it everything incorporated. So let me get that finished. So once it's all spread out, that's how it looks. And like I said, pretty simple cake. All made from scratch. Like I said, to make it easier, get the self-rising flour. Otherwise, you're gonna have to make it with all-purpose flour, which is really no biggie. But so once this cools, this will form like a layer. It'll kind of harden up a little bit, and it's yeah, it's really good. All right, well, cake's finally cooled. That's what it looks like. Kind of see the edge in there. You see all the bits of pecan and whatnot. I'm gonna take a little sample of it. And like I said, the marshmallow and everything just kind of, you know, it kind of melts. It all forms a nice cake. You make this one time, Christmas or Thanksgiving, you'll be making this cake for sure. It's really good. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks.